Okay, today we're going to start talking about equivalent expressions, and I'm going to show you with one variable, so that means there's going to be one letter in it, and then two variables when there's going to be two letters in it. So the things that we need to know about today: what type of words, when addition or subtraction signs separate an algebraic expression in two parts, each part is called a term. So if we have something like 3x plus 7 plus x. So each addition sign separates it into something else. So that's a term, and that's a term. So there's 3. The numerical factor of a term that contains a variable is called the coefficient. A term without a variable is called a constant. So 7, it doesn't have a variable next to it, so that's the constant. Like terms are terms that contain the same variables, such as x, 2x, and 3x. So we have 3x and x that have the same variable at the end, so these are like terms. And when we're talking about equivalent expressions, we can only have things that are like terms. Let's look at our first example that we're going to be doing. And we're going to have 4, then in parentheses 6x. Remember that parentheses mean multiplication. So when we're multiplying things, we just multiply and add the x at the end. So 4 times 6 is 24. And then we're just going to put the x right next to it because a letter and a number next to each other means multiplication. Let's do one with addition now. We have x plus x plus x. That's 1, 2, 3x. So our answer is 3x. Next one we're going to try is 3 times x times 11. Remember, multiplication, we just multiply everything together. So let's multiply our numbers. 3 times 11 is 33. And to show multiplication with x, you just put it right next to it because a letter and a number means multiplication. Look at our last one that we're going to do up here. 7x plus 8 plus x. Remember, we can only add like terms. So let's circle the things that have the same variable. So we're going to circle 7x and x. We are not circling 8 because that's a constant. That means it does not have a variable behind it. So we have 7x here, 1x here. So 7x plus 1x is 8x. And then we're just going to keep the plus 8 at the end. We can't add that in because it doesn't have a variable on it. That's how you do one variable. So you only had one letter in it. Now we're going to do it with two variables. So properties can be used to simplify or to factor expressions with two variables. We're going to compare the effects of operations on numbers to the effects of operations of variables. So let's take a look at the first one we are going to be doing. I'm going to do, in parentheses, 14y plus x plus, close parentheses, plus 22y. Okay, so let's circle things, sorry, that looks bad on here. Let's circle things that have the same variable. So there's a y here, so we're going to circle it, and a y here, so we're going to circle it. Together, that's 14y plus 22y, and that is 36y. This guy is an x. He can't go with a y, so we're just going to add plus x on the end. Okay, next one I'm going to show you is 4, then in parentheses, 2x plus y. This is set up like the distributive property, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 4 times 2x is 8x. And then 4 times y is 4y. We cannot add these two together because they have different variables at the end. On this one, we're going to factor 27x plus 18y. That means when it says factor that we have to take the biggest factor out of this. So I'm going to write down for 18. We have 1 and 18. 2 and 9. Not 2 and 9, 3 and 9. So we're not going to choose 1. 18 doesn't go into 27. 3 goes into 27. Oh, sorry, this isn't a 9. This is a 6. Woo! 3 goes in there, but 6 doesn't. So we're going to take 3 out. When we take 3 out, not 3, 2 and 9, scratch everything I just said. We have 1, 18, 2, 9, 3, and 6. So, not that one, not that one. 2 can't go into 27. 9 can go into both of those, and those are the highest number. So we're going to go with the 9. So 9 is going on the outside. 9 times 3 is 27. We're going to keep the x there because there's not a letter in common. And then 9 goes into 18 2 times, and so we add our y. So 9 times 3x is 27x. 9 times 2y is 18y. Let's look at the next one. We're going to have 3x plus 9y plus 2x. We're going to circle the ones that have the same letters. So we have 3x plus 2x, which is 5x. And then the 9y is just going to stay by itself because it has a different letter. Next, we're going to simplify 7, and then in parentheses, 3x plus y. This is distributive property because that's what it's set up by. So the guy on the outside is going to multiply with the guys on the inside. 7 times 3x is 21x. And then 7 times y is 7y. And that's our answer. Our last one we're going to factor. 12x plus 8y. So I'm going to look at 8. We can do 1 and 8 and 2 and 4. We're not going to choose 1. 8 doesn't go into 12. 2 goes into 12, but 4 does also, and 4 is the larger number, so we need to use 4. So 4 comes on the outside. 4 times 3x is 12x. And then 4 times 2y is 8y. And that is how you get your answers. Make sure that you are only adding like terms. That means only ones that have the same numbers on the end. And I want you to flip to page 498. And we're going to do a couple together real quick. Okay, on 498, let's see what we can do here. We have 5. We're going to multiply it by 6x, so we have 30x. And number 2, we need to circle the things that have the same letters. So we have 2x and 7x. 2x plus 7x is 9x. And then plus 5y. Those can't be added together because they have different letters. This one's set up like a distributive property on number 3. So we're going to take the outside number. We're going to multiply it with both of them on the inside. So 4 times 2x is 8x. Plus 4 times 5 is 20. And you add your y. On number 4, we're going to factor. So we're going to look at this and we're going to say 7 is the biggest number. So 7 goes on the outside. 7 times 5x is 35. And 7 times 4y is 28. Y. Okay, on this one, Michaela bought 5 skirts at X dollars each, so X is going to be our variable. 3 of the 5 skirts came with a matching top for an additional $9 each. We're going to write and simplify an expression that represents the total cost of her purchase. So what we're going to do, 3 of the 5 cost 9, an additional 9. So we're going to have 3 on the outside, and then X plus 9 plus 2x. The 2x is at the end because it's the other 2. Because it's 3 of 5, so you have to have the other 2 to get to the 5. This we have x there because we don't know how much it's going to be. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 9 is 27. And then plus 2x. Now let's solve it. To solve it, we're going to add the like terms. So we're just going to circle the ones that have the same variables. So 3x plus 2x is 5x plus 27 And that's as far as we can go because they do not tell us what X is. The gift bag from Claire's Cosmetics includes 5 bottles of nail polish and 2 tubes of lip gloss. Use P to represent the cost of each bottle of nail polish, and G to represent the cost of each tube of lip gloss. Write a simplified expression that represents the total cost of 8. So 8 is going to be on the outside. Gift bags. 5 bottles of nail polish. We don't know how much that cost, so they tell us to write P after it. Plus 2 for 2 tubes. And they say to represent that by G, so G goes after it. Okay, now we're going to distribute a property. 8 times 5P is 40P. And then 8 times 2G is 16G. And that's what you have to do for that one. You can't go down farther than that because they don't tell you what we can put in for P or G. If you have more questions, make sure you're visiting maybe other YouTube things talking about equivalent expressions or Khan Academy.